What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we got the roadmap for Season 2 of Black Ops 7, which is coming next week. And so in today's video, we're going to be diving deep into all of the content we can expect to see throughout Season 2 as it relates to the multiplayer side of things. And there's quite a bit going on here, so let's dive right into this and start it off with our map content. And with this, for 6v6, we're going to be seeing 4 brand new, never seen before maps in Call of Duty, 2 remastered maps from Black Ops 2, and then 2 returning maps, which coincidentally are also from Black Ops 2, but these ones were literally in Black Ops 6 and they're just being carried forward into Black Ops 7, so we're not going to be seeing like a brand new reskinned version or anything. It's literally just copied and pasted from Black Ops 6, so I don't really count those ones so much. But even outside of that, getting 4 brand new maps as well as 2 remastered maps, that is very solid for seasonal map content for 6v6 multiplayer. So let's dive deeper into these, and when it comes to the maps that we're going to be seeing at launch for this season, which is next Thursday, February 5th, the first one is Torment, and this one is described as a small 6v6 map. And we can see there's heavy inspiration from sections of the campaign here. A lot of crazy stuff going on, definitely from one of those hallucination moments in the campaign. And very interestingly with this, when looking at the map overview, it looks like there's actually going to be 2 distinct sections of the map. And from what I can tell, there's going to be 3 portal points on the main section that will link up with 3 portal points on the really small section that's added to the map as well. So in a way, similar to Fate, which was one of the Season 1 maps, but this time, instead of those portals just bringing you around to different locations on the same general map, this time they're going to be taking you to a separate, distinct area that's kind of its own mini version of the map as well. So I'm very curious to see how that ends up playing out, if it's just like a weird random gimmick, or if there are going to be some really interesting gameplay implications from this. In either case, the second map we're going to be seeing right at launch with the season is Sake. And this again is built off of an area that was in campaign as well. Really not a surprise, this is something Call of Duty's been doing forever. And with this one, it is described as a medium-sized 6v6 map. And based on the map overview, it does appear to be a 3-lane map. Not super symmetrical by any means, but it's definitely got quite a strict 3-lane structure to it. And while obviously we can't really tell how this is going to play just based on these images, based on what I can see at least, I am liking the structure of this layout. And I suspect I'm going to end up enjoying this map, obviously depending on how spawns and everything play out. So time will have to tell on that, but it's looking good so far at least. Then after that, also at launch with the season, we have Nexus. And this one is labeled as 6v6 and 2v2. I suspect this is going to be a similar story to like Yakai, for instance, where it's small enough to be in face-off rotation, but it's big enough that they're also going to be putting it in core rotation. While that wasn't officially confirmed in the blog post, I suspect that's going to be the case with Nexus. And you can see it's obviously quite a small map, it is very symmetrical, and it's 3-laned. So those are the 3 brand new maps we're going to be seeing at launch with the season. However, we're also going to be seeing a remastered map at the start of the season, and this is Slums from Black Ops 2. And I just want to reiterate here, I say this, I think, with every one of these updates, but I believe every single Black Ops 2 launch map is slated to be coming to this game, and it's going to be spread throughout the season, so I am not surprised at all to see Slums returning here, or the other returning map, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. But I personally really don't mind. I really enjoy Slums, and I'm looking forward to playing that in this game. Next, let's talk about our mid-season maps that we're going to be seeing. And the first one is another brand new map. This one is called Torque. And while we don't get a map overview, it is described as a brand new small 6v6 map. And it's set during the Battle of Los Angeles in Black Ops 2, but it's not a remastered map. But then after that, also mid-season, we're going to be seeing Clifftown, which is actually an Avalon remaster of Yemen. So again, those Black Ops 2 maps, they're making their way into the game. I'm really looking forward to playing Yemen. That's a map I always found was very underrated in Black Ops 2. It's never been remastered as far as I can remember, at least in mainline games. Maybe it was in COD Mobile. I don't really know what goes on in COD Mobile, but at least for mainline games, it hasn't been remastered yet, and I'm really looking forward to trying it out in Black Ops 7. Now, on top of that mid-season, we're also going to be seeing a brand new skirmish map, so a 20v20 map, once again taking a section from Avalon, and we can see some of the images of it right here. And then finally, the 2 carry-forward maps we're going to be seeing from Black Ops 6 are going to be Grind as well as Firing Range. And again, as far as I can tell, these are literally just copied and pasted from Black Ops 6. We just played these maps last year. Personally, while I think both of these are excellent maps, I'm not a big fan of them carrying forward maps from the previous game, unless they're going to put them in their own separate playlist, for instance. I'm just looking forward to playing maps that I have either never played before or haven't played in years with Call of Duty. In either case, that wraps it up for map content, and again, even excluding those 2 carry forward maps, that's still a ton of map content throughout the season, and I'm happy to see that. Next, let's talk about multiplayer game modes, and the first one that's returning at launch is Safeguard, and I'm really happy to see this. It is the dog version of Safeguard, so one team has to escort the dog from one side of the map to the other, whereas the other team is trying to defend and shut that down. I've been a big fan of this mode since Black Ops 3. I'm kind of disappointed they went the dog route here. I was hoping they'd go with a humanoid robot like in Black Ops 3, especially since humanoid robots are a part of the game. But that's a fairly minor detail. In either case, I'm looking forward to that returning. Also, Overdrive will be returning. This is the mode where it's team deathmatch, but every elimination you get will earn stars that will unlock powerful abilities. So you get more and more powerful as you build those stars up. Then there's going to be a brand new mode called Luck Confirmed, and this is just a twist on Kill Confirmed as far as I can tell. And it's designed to be themed around Lunar New Year. Then the thing I'm most excited for, we got confirmation that we're going to be seeing the Solo Hearts Mosh Pit, which appears to just essentially be Mercenary Mosh Pit. And this will be coming around Valentine's Day. And it's going to feature respawn modes with a party limit of 1. So you can't play in a party, you can't play with friends here. It's solos only. No stacks of teams just dominating through lobbies. And the team balancing algorithm will be able to work a lot more appropriately because of that. And it's going to be featuring team deathmatch, kill confirmed, domination, and hardpoint. I can't wait to see that. I really enjoyed myself with Mercenary Mosh Pit in Black Ops 6 while it was around. And I'm sure it's going to be the same story this time in Black Ops 7. But after that, we've got Third Wheel Gunfight, which is a returning mode, again, Valentine's themed. And this is a 3v3 version of Gunfight rather than 2v2. After that, we've got Gauntlet, which is a new mode that's coming. However, they do describe it as being very similar to the Pentathlon mode that we got in Black Ops 6 around the holiday season. And with this, every 2 minutes, while in gameplay, it just randomly changes the game mode in real time, so you have to constantly be adapting to whatever game mode gets randomly selected. I was a big fan of Pentathlon in Black Ops 6, so I'm looking forward to this one returning. And then finally, 4 game modes coming in Season 2. We've got Infected, just proper, regular Infected. It's coming in Season 2, and I'm happy to see that. Next up, we've got a new Scorestreak coming, and this is a brand new Scorestreak called Lockshot, and it's coming mid-season, so not right at launch with the season. This will take 450 score to earn, and it's described as a sleek, smart pistol with 3 rounds that can lock onto multiple targets, and a single trigger pull eliminates every locked target in quick succession. For its overclocks, we have multi-lock, which adds 1 round to the magazine, so 4 instead of 3. And the other overclock is called quick lock, which reduces enemy lock-on time. And I've got to say with this one, I'm definitely nervous about it. I'm curious to see what counterplay looks like. I'm curious to see how fast that lock-on time is with and without the overclock. I see this potentially being a frustrating streak, especially with it being quite a low lethal streak. However, at the end of the day, I don't want to have too much of a knee-jerk reaction here because I simply haven't seen it in action. I haven't tried it out for myself. So I picture it potentially being an issue, but maybe it won't be that bad at all. Now, after that, let's talk a little bit about ranked play. I'm not going to get into every detail here, but just sort of a basic overview here. It is finally coming to the game at the launch of Season 2, so February 5th. And with this, one of the key differences that I'm glad they're bringing back is placement matches. So instead of everybody diving in and starting off on Bronze 1 and then having to grind their way all the way up through the ranks, instead, everybody will start off unranked and they'll play their placement matches, and after they win 3 placement matches, then they receive their starting rank. And that starting rank will be at least somewhat based on your performance in those placement matches. So that should at least get you somewhere within the realm of where you should be, and then it gives you a better starting point to grind from, instead of starting at 0 and having to grind through a bunch of ranks that you just don't belong in. And at least on paper, that sounds great to me. The lack of placement matches in recent years is one of the main reasons I've had no interest in ranked play for a long time now. Now, on top of that, this is what the ranked skins are going to be looking like depending on which rank you achieve. And here's just a list of the seasonal rewards you can get for Season 2 ranked play. There's a Dravik Blueprint if you get 10 wins. For 100 wins, you get a large sticker. For ranked camos, there are various camos that you can get depending on the rank that you achieve, and it's the same story with your calling cards. You will be getting a calling card that corresponds with the rank that you achieve. And now that we've got that out of the way, let's finally get into all of the weapons we're going to be seeing throughout Season 2. And at launch, within the free tiers of the Battle Pass, we're first going to be getting a new SMG called the Rev 46. And this is described as a full auto SMG with an extremely fast fire rate, and you can switch between a folded and unfolded stock position to change handling and recoil characteristics. And this one does appear to be at least loosely based on a Scorpion Evo. As for its prestige attachment, this is going to be the Reforged Flip stock. And with this, it provides a massive improvement to movement speed when aiming for unparalleled strafing potential. And this will impact your sprint to fire and recoil, but no longer slows aim down sight or mobility. Then for the other weapon that's going to be in the Battle Pass at the beginning of the season, this is the EGRT-17 Assault Rifle. And with this, it's just described as a full auto assault rifle that fires superheated rounds that ricochet off solid surfaces. So they're bringing back that ricochet mechanic. That should be interesting to see. Curious to see how that ends up playing out. And I'll be sure to be testing all of that in great detail. And with this, its prestige attachments are heated echo rounds. And these are rounds that bounce more effectively against surfaces, and they'll be most effective when firing on the ground in front of the target. Now after that, we also have a melee weapon in the Battle Pass, and this is the H311 Saw, or the Hell Saw. And this is described as a high damage, moderate to long range, but slow to moderate attack speed melee weapon. Then after that, we're going to be getting a new special weapon that's also coming at launch with the season, but this will be the Week 1 Weekly Challenge reward. And with it, it's a pump-action grenade launcher, and the grenades will stick to solid surfaces, and they can be remotely detonated. So that one does sound quite unique. And for this, its prestige attachment is the Airstrike Mag, which provides a modified projectile that travels faster and can bounce off surfaces, and it can be detonated sooner. Now after that, in season, we're going to be getting a new shotgun, and this will be as part of the Escalation Directive event. And with it, it's just a semi-auto shotgun that's well-rounded for medium-range performance, and its prestige attachment is the Pulsefire Tac Light, which is a dedicated flashlight that improves firepower through the addition of binary trigger firing. So it'll fire when you pull the trigger and fire when you release the trigger. And it also provides tactical stance at the expense of damage range. And they also say the flashlight will be visible in aim down sight. Next, mid-season, we're going to be getting the Voyak KT-3 Assault Rifle. And this is a full auto assault rifle with high damage and excellent handling, but with a slower fire rate and moderate to high recoil. And its prestige attachment will be the anti-dispersion module, which at this point they're keeping the details classified, so we don't know exactly what it's going to do. Also mid-season, the Swordfish is returning from Black Ops 4, and this is a 4-round burst marksman rifle with a fast cyclic fire rate and minimum recoil, but slower mobility and handling. And its prestige attachment is going to be the Pentaburst mod, which we have seen before. This turns it into a 5-round burst rather than a 4-round burst. And those are all the brand new base guns we're going to be getting. Quite a few mixed in there. That's not covering the weapon attachments though, like the aftermarket parts that we're going to be getting for weekly challenge rewards. And the first one they have listed here is the XM325 Titan Weld, which allows you to use 2 of these at once, 1 in each hand, and they will have belt-fed ammo as well. So that sounds pretty fun. Then we've got the Fang Hoverpoint Elo sight. That's going to be coming as one of the rewards. And this one will provide stability at the expense of handling. Then for the Arc M1 launcher, we're going to be getting the Assault Frame, which will shorten the charge time and cooldown to support aggressive use against enemy personnel. And it also says it increases explosion radius and provides improvements to both mobility and handling. So I really wonder what the downsides are. That sounds like all upsides so far to me. In addition to that, for the Razor 9mm, we're going to be getting the Wildfire conversion. And this one offers a massive improvement to fire rate and bullet velocity, as well as a larger magazine, but it adds spread while aiming down sight, and it will impact your movement speed when firing. Additionally, we've got the Echo 12 Backlash Launcher Kit, and this converts it to firing explosive projectiles that can bounce off surfaces, and your explosive damage is increased if detonation occurs after bouncing. And then finally, for what they have listed here, we have the MXR-17 Anvil conversion, which converts it into a harder hitting weapon with increased ammo, and your recoil and fire rate will decrease over time the longer the weapon is fired. So definitely some interesting attachments coming throughout the season. I'm really happy to see these. I really enjoyed them throughout Season 1, and I'm glad to see we're obviously carrying through with that in Season 2. And that's going to wrap it up for all of the playable content we're going to be getting throughout Season 2 as it relates to regular multiplayer. And overall, I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing here. This looks like another jam-packed season, tons of map content, plenty of new weapons coming, and also lots of really interesting attachments that will effectively play like brand new, unique weapons themselves. And so far, at least, I've really got nothing negative to say about this season. Things are looking good. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing here so far, and I'm looking forward to Season 2. Now, of course, those are just my thoughts, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about this season based on what we know so far in those comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.